My last name is Lee.
LALINOA.
Ever mai, and tune in to our podcast, LALINOA Podcast. Welcome, hanga glave go e tau whi intro ko LALINOA Podcast ia pa ko whi whasi ko ne toki o se ho whanongo ko ki ai ko e whasi pe me Yissa tama ko ni o ki heni ko tai mini ki mua ko e kamata ki LALINOA ko e ahoni bo live ko e hele tio mo te live pe Facebook te u kosa ki a Yissa ki nanga o mai ane hingoa papi ane hingoa mari o mai hingoa mari ka mai hingoa papi Yissa
hingoa
pure anga
Io malo le ya kai nga tonga ba fa malo ke ngo tama ka ni no mai fenga mari ko ni ke lava ke mau ki po la via doi hi fale fa ma fola ya ko hingoa ko Yissa pe ko hingoa ko na e fa hingoa ka he pure anga pe ko matua o to ko passport ko si bien matai tonga ai ko no ai beta ko ku fa ku o tonga ko tanga tai ki le ko ofisia ai ko to ko tai di mi ku ki ko nga fis ko nga tonga
te lere pe konga tonga
ta albe ko pa tonga
na alu ta interview fisi pa alu ke ta interview
vai pa ta la pa mare he
pa kape ka fisi ko fefu ka ki pe Yissa ko ilope o ku mea o ku e tai mini
ko ya
o ku ke aki e fangi me a ko he ngai content video content ki lave mainge Yissa ke ta fa ko ni anga fe ho ha o fai nga we ko ni
ki boko ba lava ko ki hanga ko no fa ha ko nga we ka ko be nga ki tu atu pe background fe ka aki mo anga ko alu ko ki he o lata ko no nga aki men ko foki na ku tupa ke foki tongani pe a tau e hongo fuma be ta ko sina ku lele ta ki murio ono fo murio mai ki fanga mario o no fo pe na marak no foki ino sila pato ki leva ki Australia he mago osine tau e ono ya Australia pe ago no foki tongani na o mana ko pe me ko ye ko computer ka ko mana ko me ko computer fo ko la foki game computer pe ko a tunga ya ko ai la ko game computer o mana ko ilo e fanga ki i anga hono ai holo fanga ki me fa computer mana ko ki computer ha wai pe o ko yang ko kamata anga ko mana ko ki fa fasi unga fo ko nga ki ko por kala ma fa computer io ba ko ku hiki ko me tongani ko ki muri ko ilo ileva ko ko ka pau te fie mau ke whakalere pe fie mau ke mau hate mo ui i he tawhaaki ko i e musika pe ko e hawhainga businessi pe mana tu i foki ko taimi ko te hangai ko whakalere ko ha whainga polo kalama ka pau te nofo ki tai au whingai ki hangai ko taimi lahi i tongani he taimi ko o talangutu pe mahala ya o beia ki he kaunga apipa ngata ka ko mea lere i taha ko ia i he na ko whaka ko na te hao ko ke te au o anga ko ngā aki ko ia social media ko i he content creator e ko ilo i ko tokolahi mei ko e pe seti e valu noa pe hiva noa ka kai ko toa mani pau ki aina ki te telefoni to pe ko e whaunga pe e o ato message pe ko pe ko te whahinga mea pe whahoko ko e ai ki he social media he unga ke whinga ke au ke toko taha kotoa pe te lawa pe o talangutu mo mea ka manatu i e ngata pe ia Pakakai ke ngatai ko mea taha na ngā ake koe ai content creator pe ko social media unga koe nau whemau ke document e mea koe ko whahako o se ka aha taimea ko mate atua au tupu hake tau tupu hoko mea koe na ko lava whahako ke nau na lava tuku atua e tuku whahalota whainga mea ako atai tau tupu koe e kaha au
Yissa ko fere ka reka i tongani pe mo muri uksio mai o na mana ko he game computer hang ko lave ko nei ka ke anga fe Yissa ho alu me game computer ke lava nga ki mato ko ngawe ko whakahoko la ka kai mahu ko ka pate ke sio ke social media handle ko a Yissa ko Instagram ko ne YouTube te ke sio pe ke ne funky video o atalelei o ku le olelei pe mo mea ke te ne o ne la whakahoko wai funky special feature ia o mai he te mu ai ne funky fiver ko konga ko ia Kau no sai he game computer ko ke fu ilo ke ta fa ko ya anga fe ho o raki pa ko ke mana ko ai Yissa pa ko ko ke po ko hai fangi phone ho ako ke poto e me ko ni ko fa video po ko we go video content creator
Oh yeah. Koe hange ko meko na ke lau koe ki mua na un mana ko fuke meko i game. Ka pata ke whatonga i game ko graphics ko i game ko attract o attract kita ke te mana ko ke te sio mau pepe te va inga. Ko fai whakakau tatau pe na honga to mai ko i he content creator. Ka pau te atau pepe e fe te content creator ka ui ta nimi ko graphic design be ko video creator. Ka pau te to mai fai whakakau tatau ka pau te ke whatonga i game ko lai taha te mana ko ke game ngau te lava control mea ko i loto paka ke ngata i ko te sa ia he graphics ko asima ko mea. Ka pau te to mai fai whakakau tatau e graphics ko selling point te anga pikita te graphics o nga ke mata rere ke kakai po stand out ka pau te whinga e mea ko ke te content ke stand out me he toko taha ko toa pe tai meni he ke futatau me mea ka te whinga ka ko lahi ngo te whinga te alupio sayang ai ko anga ko te whonga ko te mo ui ko he mamani ka pau te whinga mea pau te loto ka mea pa te whinga ki ha mea tupulaki ka pau te ai noa ia he ke te futuko te tokanga ki pa ko mea nau whahoko ko sio mau pe i he game o whakau i pe anga whewhi hano ai mandu i fo i lea ko puna mai ki loto pao alupe he mea na tau pe ai ko he video. Pako tango te hanga ai pe hei, toho aki lewa he tokanga tamai ki, tātou te whitu ki he tau tupu ki he te video. He ngau osi, taimi ko ulahi ko te keimi ko te whakakaukau, o te osi manako ki ai, paka pau e hafo i graphic tātau e asi haki he te video. It's like them watching the game. So they drawn into it. It's the same idea. So that's how I did it.
Wow, I mean, what you're just talking right now. It's mind blowing. just listening to it and how simple it is to do it. One thing is to do it.
Yeah.
Ang ulawi ko ninay. Ko mea taha ke ai camera ke whakahoko ai video ke filmau ko ke whakahoko. Ua ko ke ai, ko whai idea.
Ko ia.
Ko whai idea. Wai kasi ni unau nofo nau whau e whaingi idea. Wai kasi ni whau beka nau tolu ko whai koe. O ke nofo whau wharere whai idea ko ke whakahoka ke ho content po ke Poke peko pomongi ahoni te pai whai content ko.
Me kai ko anga ko ma ko idea ko he mea mana tu o whakawholo be. Ko ma o ma ka ka paka pau te firma o mea pau ki te ngā oi. Ko idea it doesn't come to me like that. Like I have to o ko ki ko o ko ki o 5 o ko ki game but I'm on YouTube watching everyone's content. But the thing is, it's just like listening to music, watching movies. Like, if you watch movies a lot, shooting and stuff like that, your mind is gonna go there. And you've listened to music about gangs and things like that, you're gonna be like that. You are what you eat. That's how you're gonna become. So that's like me. So when I wake up in the morning, I watch YouTube. I watch and people like how they go sio ko he YouTube or no hanga ko he kakai ko or create no content. Their ideas behind it. The more I do that, I become that. So when I wake up in the morning, like something I watched 2 years ago comes to me, and then I have to edit like my extra flavors into it. It's not copying other people's stuff, but it's more like learning from what they're doing and put your creativity into it. So like all the content that I'm doing is not because I'm born perfect or born like no it's fine or lava be a guy. It's because like every day I feed myself with what I want to become, you know. I think if you want to become like a well-known producer, a well-known music, radio announcer, and if you're not doing anything about it, you're not going to become it. Like if you feed your mind, feed your brain, and train yourself to become something like that, one day you're not going to train to be like that. You wake up being like that. So that's how I do it.
And I truly believe it. When you said radio announcer, it truly is that. It's the more you do it. I know off air you said, oh, I can see the flow between you and Lipe. It's just that the many years of doing it, and then you become that. But what also I noticed that's trending in Muri, especially in Asteria, Pacific Island content creator. But ki lave mai ki mea ki mua ta hu interview o pe mai ka kiau kakai Pasifiki ka kakai osi taleniti pe mo te taleniti he mea ko kapate tau hange ko ni kapate tau iha hall he dai ni pa ko matakari wai matakari alenta he Tonga he ha mo boy mo matakari ke he ka ka alenta e choa kakai ke fetu ko alenta ko tau poto ko he fa fui talanoa e ko tau poto ko he no ai ko talanoa ke to ifo
solo mene taha foki unga anga ko tau ka Tonga ko tau tolu foki ko taimi ko tau fa wa fui talano o ku hu e fanga ko fui talanoa ien o hange ko ni dai alu a sione me api ki wharekoloa whai ni whakatau pata pia whoki mai. Pia ka pate e hanga hatama tala noa e vui me ana e whakahoko. Maa si, koe mau age bongbongi. Mau pehea ke pe koe tuuha ke pe koa sione ia lere ki wharekoloa. Pehea tu pe koa sione koe ki wharekoloa koe ki kā ia ulere mahala. He kai ai o alu ia. Nā ke kia fui mea pehea. If we take the same concept and putting it into writing music, writing movies, writing something like that, and film it, people's gonna draw into it. That's how people like make movies. We are creative, but because like we just think like normal bit. Nah, for us it's normal. Sometimes it's not normal for them to creatively think like that.
You know, ke mea mau ko au holo ko ni he ki ngawe ko ni isa ko pau lahe kakai ko lava tala no moia.
Ko ia.
Ko kakai Tonga ko taimi ko ku comfortable pe haki area ko tau tolu pe. Te ke sio ki tamhango ngani ko o tano o wale ku pe mai men mea pe pita ko ki fai lai lea.
Ko ia.
Ko pengai kai I mo ma be ya. Le taimi ko no fa mene me ko ia ku fraudi taha. Ko fei uhinga fei talanoa o transcend ni le vai aki he lava ko o ke na man ai haki me ke ai he social media mana o tolu ka ko you know o sai no talano be very good ka ko ke fei konga ke lava me ke pe wa ka kai pe he ke osfeta la ki mo he ngau ko ke whakahoko o ke ilo e sai nau ki mea ko mea nau ki mea ko ma ko mea pe tau tolu unga whakatu holo ko ma
ko mo ni ama si ko e la ko tano ko ni ki a we e ko time ko na Tonga ni that's what I was like go I know I'm talented but I whakama ia because you know I don't want people to look at me that I'm good like time ni de whakaka te ko tama mata I fie poto mga mea pe but when I time ko na migrated ko ki muri alo ko ki muri ko no fuku ia ko mena hanga whatoka ngai. If I'm gonna be like that, I'm gonna be small. Like, but one thing that came to me, respect God. When we respect someone, we step back and let them do the thing. Like, it's good, but you know, when you that's like that type of respect is not the right way to respect people. You know, the thing is like, us Tongans, we tend to step back and let them shine. And that's what we are like. But like once they shine, they're there for themselves. They're not there for you. Us Tongans, we're there for our people, and that's what we want to do. Other people in overseas, like I'm speaking from experience. Most of the time, I step back from doing things and let them shine. I help them let them shine. Once they get to the top, it's all about them, you know. And I learned the hard way that, like, when I'm doing overseas, I have to speak up. Like, I am more creative than them most of the time. Like, I have other stuff that, like, I can contribute to the table. Or go, like, it's gonna help everyone else, benefit everyone else. But one thing I've learned overseas is like help yourself get to the top and then help others.
You know, you just saying what you just said, it's new for someone Tongan to say that. They walk into the room and go, I'm the most talented one here, I'm the one. You're being confident on your ability.
Let me explain what I said.
Can you just explain also in your answer about being humble and the way we don't get. We think it's humble, but it's not really humble.
Yeah. The reason why I always tell them myself, like, even though I'm walking into the room, I'm not the best in the room. But I tell myself I'm the best in the room. Because it's biblical, you know? Whatever a man thinks in himself, that's who he's going to become. If you think you're going to be big, you're going to be the best of everyone else, that's how your body, your nature is going to work towards, to be the best. Oh, I'm not that good. And you're not going to be that good. Because that's what you're going to become. Like, if you think you're going to be better than everyone else, we're going to sit there, absorb everything because we want to be the best. If we sit there like, I'm not going to be good, and that's our, but if we sit in a room with professionals and think, I'm the best.
I'm meant to be
It's
here.
not because you're boasting on yourself and something like that. It's teaching yourself to not look down. Because
So my next question I wanted you to talk about is being humble and us looking down on ourselves. Because I think a lot of people in Tonga o whakasisi au ta pera o ta wanga whakatoki lalo ka ko unganga u tau lele to i wanga whakatuku hifo tau to na wanga to tuku hifo tau to ka ku tau tala e tau to luia kai ka motu ako wanga whakatoki lalo ki lo nange pe ia tuku hifo pa ki to e lava ia o pet o ko palangi ok sai au ko me ko sai kunga ka pai alpe pe kau ko ta tau ba me palang kau ko sai nge palang ko ma tene lava leva o whenga aki me palang
go me I like that's one thing that I've learned is like because unga na mo i mai he ki whakataha mo Josh mo mea mo Josh ko ni Josh Savieti iyo whakataha mo Josh mo mea pa wa kore vai e anga koe unga ku mahino I koe wholofola ku mahino I koe wholofola nei hanga o tua wha tau tolu ke tau and give us the best and all we have to do is ask God and he'll whakaai mai lewa o tua. And that's how I think about the industry as well, like whether it's music, whether it's creating content, whether, because I have other businesses as well that's running, whether it's anything to do with business is like, if you doubt yourself, you're pretty much doubting the ability of God that He has given to you. But that doesn't have to do with like, being the best in the room kind of a thing. Nah, I see that, I serve a bigger God than anyone else. He has the creativity on all of the world. And that's how I believe is like, because He has the most creativity thing, all I have to do is just humble myself before God and God will reveal whatever that needs to be revealed. Because I believe that everyone in the world, they are made to be the best and God has given them a purpose to influence people. Whether you're black, white, green, yellow, whatever. We are human created by God to influence the world. And there's enough for everyone. We're trying to hold what we know because we don't want to share. Nah, share because like the better the other people are going up, the better you're gonna go benefit from it. Because the thing is, if we don't share, if I don't share what I don't have, if I don't give opportunity to the people around me to grow as well, how am I gonna go out there? Because they are the ones that's gonna go and spread the word to. It's just like the gospel of God, but it's just in a different form.
I love that. I really do love that. I had a question, but I was still listening to the answer and taking it in. But actually, my next question is: there's a lot of talk right now, especially in, I can say it, Pacific Tongan social media.
Yeah,
Tongan social media. With there's always this. And I know you see it from Brisbane, and there's always this. Friction between Tongans using social media. The way they use it is definitely not what it was intended to be used. With the social media. But now I think instead of connected, the way the Tongans are using it is a bit of a disconnect. Can you talk on that? And I know there's a lot of time you spend on social media, especially putting out content. But just speak on how we as Tongans use social media, especially our Tongans, not just here but overseas.
Like, to be honest, like everything is created. It's the user, like forget I mean da be like hake mai faiva, like hake mai whakalaka me ni hanga liwe kakai. The reason why go hake mai me go here to make everyone's better. But it's us people that we choose whether to do good or wrong, like same as Adam and Eve. God has given them the garden. That's like the whakalaka and like, pretty much the whakalaka is like making things easier
for them,
to grow. Like, I choose the path of using social media, using Facebook, using Instagram, using YouTube or whatever.
Yes.
To create, get my family, yeah? And help others. That's how I choose to use it. Some people use it for different reasons, but it depends on like I said, whatever you feed yourself with is whatever you're gonna become. Kapag go mea go ke no fosio go he mea go taulau go he mea, you're gonna end up taulau, and you're gonna end up having bad heart without knowing that you feed yourself with that.
Now, the question I have for you is potential content creators, potential content creators that's out there.
Yeah.
Some will see you, some will follow you.
Yeah.
Most I know most follow you and see the likes, the share, the stuff that comes with your social media page.
Yeah.
And when they start, they don't get it. What's the advice? Because I know you would have started from, I know me and Lippe started from people 1, I think, or 2, same as Josh and Tonga. But when you start, it starts off slow. But can you just talk on that? Because a lot of them give up before
before they get there.
Before they get to where they're supposed to go.
I think everyone started from zero. No one ever starts from the top.
Yeah.
Until you're born, unless you're born there.
Oh, unless you're a celebrity. You're a celebrity who just started one.
Yeah. I think the best thing is like, don't wait to be perfect to start. Oh, I need this to start. Nah, you already have a phone on you. Use it. You don't have to have the magic editing fingers or whatever. Nah, go fight out, go whatever video you make, you know. But the best thing is like, make positive videos, because people, things like that. But at the same time, we want to be positive, because at the end of the day, people will come to you and, you know, they rather value your opinion than value someone else. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have good views. But at the same time, think about it. Like, if you're someone that likes to post up bad things on social media, think about, like, you know, how can you help our Tonga, like our beautiful island here, out to the world? Because the more we post up, the thing is, the more we post up bad stuff, that's how people look at us Tongans. We are bad without even being here.
I know me and you have like started the interview and went straight into what you do. And we've dropped a few songs. Before we started the LALINOA for today, we played the Lose o Vava'u, then we have the Kiri Whainā. Is this new? Or you've always done it together with the video content?
Which one is it about? Like
the music. Is the music new? Because I know we've dropped 2 now on radio, which is the Kiri Whainā and the Lose o Vava'u. I'm talking about music as in you producing.
Is in general?
In general. Yeah. Is music new, or did it go together with the video content?
As I mentioned before, like and my dad used to inukava and sing and stuff like that. So I would say I started with music, because that's what I grow up, you know, hivahimi, lotu, whanau he whaikava and stuff like that. And my dad used to push me to play at whaikava and stuff like that. But I never liked it. Like, I never liked it because, in a way, like, I don't like to drink kava a lot. Like, I like to drink sometimes, but not all the time. But the thing is, my dad always pushed me to play instrument. You know, when I grow up, I hated it. But understanding why he pushed me to do what I'm doing, then I take it and flip it into a side like, yes, I understand. That's good. When my dad was alive. Oh, sorry, my dad's still alive. Okay. Na sai he taimi koe. Na sai foki ai tākita mo hiwa kawatonga taimi koe, because na e mau pe mo ui ai. Things changes. So I take that same concept and make, you know, now I have like recording studios, a few of them. I have a label as well that's running as well. But I started with music, but like I bring the video part into it. But like me and Josh start together. Josh Saveti. Now how Josh me no sila. He came with a big camera. Time when like la la he go for me fight. Big camera, but my man I fight with my fight short film. Later all fight a short film. And then from there, we've learned of each other, especially I learned from Josh, because Josh was already like studying about it. So I learned from him. And then I took it out and like how, for me, like the reason why I now make music and make music video, because a lot of people now, because they have their phones, they like to visually see things before they like it. So it's just, the music video is just to put it on the video for you to see it. And it's another way to get the song into you. You might not hear it on something, but I want to watch what this is like.
The music video, I know a few songs that music videos or TikTok videos or whatever videos help the songs climb up the charts.
Yeah. Like man, like I said before, like whether like to be honest, like whether it's business, whether it's videos, whether it's movies, whether it's whatever you want to do in life, use social media, use videos to reach people. Because like if I didn't use social media to reach people, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
So true.
Like I will be talented, but
yeah. Our little Tapafago studio, if we went for social media, funky entertainment, I truly agree with what you just said about social media.
Nah, but yeah, that's the thing, man. Like use social media. Like, so for example, like I said, like I grew up here in Tonga. Going overseas, I did not know how to speak English, for real. Like, but because like for me, like I know that there's something bigger that I need to be, and because I'm overseas, the only way to do that is to break the barrier, which is speaking the language. Once I break the barrier, then I'm alright to do everything else. Because like I was holding our people back is
whatever.
To be honest, who cares if someone laughs at us? Because one day they're gonna ask us, how do you say this? Like the way I'm speaking English right now, if like bruh, I wake up. I was born and raised here. Like my first language.
Yissa, talking about born and raised here. Ki lave mange ko hotu pake ko Tonga ni. Ko lawe ne takamata ke bebeta patahanga tonu betawa ke ngawe ko ke whakahoka taimini. Ki lave mabe fefetu ne ke tupake ni poko moho manatu merie ko hotam ko ne ke tupake ko Tonga ni.
Iyo ko tupake ko Tonga ni na tupake na whaere beu ia I Tonga ni bea. Pea o tupa ke lewa ai ko mātua ko whine e ki uha uia bea me ahau, me hihifo. Pa ko tangata e ki lewa ko angena lau ke o ku whisi. Ai na nau hana tori ko tangata e ki ko ai ko kui ko he tawhake ko tamai. Na nau hana tori me whisi ki Tonga ni ko mission trip. Ngai wha mission ai. Pea nau hae pena tori a whaere e beka ure ka hei ni, that's my dad and all his siblings. O whare na doria o tupu ke koe he ni o pia mate ku my granddad.
Aku poto pita le whatonga e.
Yeah. Pia mate lewa ku tangata e ki he, my granddad, when my dad was 5 years old, pia nau nowhai pena doria he ni hoko e beka ka Tonga and everything like that. So that's my background. Pa ko tupu ko he ni na o tupu ke pia ia I aku wai mau api I mangaia. Ko api tahi ai, pa api ko nau tupa ai, api ko mautolu tu I whanga, pa ko api rewa ko whine e ki tu ia I hifo. Pea koe maulotu na maulotu ki lomai viti. Iyo. Unga whoki koe lomai viti whoko come from Fiji.
Iyo.
Unga koe ki kolo e tai kamatai koe. He kui. Ai pa koe maulotu na lotu ki ai. Pea, iyo, pa ko tupu koe he nina, wako beo ye he GPS anu alofa, ai kalas taha pe ki kalas yono. Pa hiki lewa mea I o form 1 I atere, ai koe hive, wafe na form 1 I atere o. Alai pio wako pio osi I atere. Pea o hu lewa mea ke TTI, ai ko ni koe whasi o ako ai. Ai koe me mana toki alo peo ki muri mahala o osi ta ua nima. Iyo.
O toki ako everything baby.
Iyo, and learn everything there. So I'm like, I learned everything late. But, you know, like they said, age is just a number.
Yeah. But, neke o si manako pe koia ke computer I Tonga ni.
Iyo, no manako
pe. Ke ala tuke o mea, ne manako pe koia hako koe he ni Tonga ni.
Iyo, no manako pe computer he ni ko he ko na ke ya ko koe atere. Ko fai ko computer ko model ana na te lava ai ko form 1 form 2 ko white pelos en tu mau mai ke te he time ko ya. Porque te ala ko leva ko form 3, pero te lava leva fili le son. Iyo. Pea koe mau fai ko computer ko time ko ya na fili computer. Ko fili computer ko time ko ya ko alu mo ka nga tangata nga ke mau kalas fata. Pea koe mena ile na ke fai ko computer time ko ya mo to o computer nga ko mea ko to pe ka u alu pe ke nga u aki computer. Time ko na ke fu to mama fa ya kana hange pena no foi ai foi fa ko ta mai pa pe oh moni usai nga ke kai nga tai te pate alo nga office te nga o ake computer mo me pe nai fa ko ka pe ya pa to computer ma pe o ala pe o la tai pe ki nga ake ko computer ba hange me ko na la ko ki ai pe ala hita ma algo ki kalasi ko algo ki kalasi ngo ki mau va nga tai me ko ki ha Pac-Man go mo
Pac-Man ke snake pe mo ha
snake fo tu piliki ai la mo algo ko ki ai pa ai ko tu pu ha ki ya pa alu le ko algo ko TTI ko foi mea na tau pe. Ko e mui pe e ku ka ngata ke mal. Ka ko mea fok na sai fu ko al fok ko computer titi ai. Pa oh, al ba ko computer. Ka ko mo ni na ai na ma na ko titi ai ma fu ta o e ua. None of them I graduate because ko fui al eva pe ako.
Ah, porque tá computer pe mo eva.
Iya, al kita computer pe eva ko time ko fai ko mea ka fok ke lava na la hang be fok ke al ke bia na ke al ke ko riski he lo ke ako ke fai ko kalasim. I just want to hang out with everyone.
Pake ko poko to ko ki Asteria ki Brisbane ko lo pena fai ngata he ko ala tu me Tonga ni ko ha ki lave mange ke fuat tawa tu ki Asteria fo no fo te ako le fa palangi ho feta kai ko ia he fai ngata ko ia
ko yo le fo ke algo ki Asteria ala fo ki Asteria o si fo ke fo o e mama fo o mo hala ke lava que lava fra ori hunga fu rentolo ah fu de tongan vita peta mai bea ala pe ko ya ko me bena sai ai ko hoa ke tamai ho ke tamai ho ke lo ka pau te ke fie mau ke nga u mo nga me pe tongan hanga challenge yourself ke challenge ko unga ke nga u mo ke hanga te ke ko ke if you're going to live here this is what it's going to be like accept it.
That's the truth. And you just accepted it.
Yeah, so I accepted it. But like I said, man, like everything is in your mind. Like once you accept it, it's gonna be easy. So if you don't accept it, the time go down like that we can't do anything because in our brain, like we like how we think is like when we are not accepting anything, it's hard for our body and our conscience and our just how we are to become something like that because we are not one. You know, the two becomes one.
That's the truth. Okay, two becomes one is very good. Isa ki mua pe koe sio koe ke tau taimi.
Koe.
Ko ilo pe ko live information ko ma o mai pe he me ngau ko ke whakako pa ke ngatai ko ke aten whamalo ke tonga ko tohe nau ke pine mai pe ko mua mo Isa e pa pe ke te tate fe fasi ke whakose ke mamea te tate fe fasi ko fe whakose pe Isa ko koe ko kau ko ia he totaha ko example le lei aki ai ke ko totaha ne tupaki tongani bage ma fanga mari ki au ki Asteria bage te monu ia o ke neke ma ha me o ke manako ki ai bage ngawe o ke me o ke lotonga whakahoke taimini ko ku fe fa o si pe kapok whanongo mai hata i taimini me lahi te pe ke mahu inga pe ke tautupu ka una whanongo mai ki ho tala noa whanongo mai ki ho whainga. Pa kwa haki whare. Ke tō tupu koe ni e Isa. Whe maue ke video content creator pe kai, pok whe maue ke social media influencer pe kai, toki muia. No whe maue pe ke ne whakahoko ha mea misi ki ai.
Ne ilo ke tare niti ki ai. Whainga step uloki ke whakahoko.
Ke mo unu, ke saiki ne kahau. Te whamare en koe e Isa.
Ia, malo pito koe mea whika ulua ki pe if you love something and you know that you want to do something, like, first of all, you have to know that this is your future. One time like, if it's not your future, don't do it because it's gonna waste your time. Because what I mean is like, yeah, time we're just doing something that it's just a fire at the time, eh? Because time bigo te hot te go ke fa me ba ai, and time bigo me ai ba tuku, eh? What I mean, that's what I mean. So if you wanna do something and you know that this is what you're meant to do, this is what you're called to do, or this is what you're the talent that God has given for you to do, then do it. Because yes, everyone sees the good of social media and stuff like that, but they don't see the hate that people gives us, the hate that people gives me. But the thing is, if you know what you're doing, like, you're gonna know that there's gonna be good and bad that comes with everything in the world. But because you know you're gonna do what you need to do, no matter how hard it's gonna be, you're just gonna keep doing it. Because, you knowing what you do, this is going to benefit your generations after. And that's one thing I wanted everyone to think about as well. Like, the reason why you're doing what you're doing now, because you want to leave a legacy for your kids and your 10 generations after. So, and that's what I meant by, like, how do you know? I think that's the biggest question is, like, how do you know this is what I want to do? This is what I'm called to do. It's because you know what you're doing is going to benefit not just you, but your kids, your grandkids, your great-great-great-grandkids. It's going to benefit every single one after you, not just you. Because if we're doing something just to benefit us, we want to do it, we don't want to do it. But if we know that we're going to do it regardless if it's hard or not. And if it's, so that's one thing I want you guys to understand. That's the first step, is knowing what you want to do. That's how you're going to know it. The second thing is, do not wait to have everything in the world before you start, because you're never going to have everything in the world. You need to start with what you have to have everything in the world. It's not the other way around.
That's so true.
Yeah, because a lot of the people, like, I met overseas, not here in town, but like overseas, they told me like, oh, I want to have this, I want to have this, and I want to have this. And I told him, like, you don't need to have that, because at the end of the day, just get a cheap one, like, that's affordable, and start with it, and learn how to use it. Because a lot of the time, all the gear in the world, no idea.
No idea.
A lot of the people is like that. They have everything. They just don't know how to use it. And that's the perfect example. If you learn to use what's in your hand, it's gonna grow.
Yeah. Because you're just adding on to.
Yeah. Because once you use what's in your hand, that's a true story with me. Like, I start getting a little bit of money. Yeah. And then I know, okay, the next thing I need to get is this. Yeah. Once I get enough money, get that thing, add it to the thing. Then your value production, growing. And then start growing. If you wait to be like Lala, if you wait to be like everyone that is already doing good, they did not start good. No, they had to start somewhere.
That's so true. I was just telling Yissa off air how we started. It was holding our arms. We had some good arm strength for our selfie. So we were just holding selfie videos, and now we're able to connect the mic into a camera that goes into live on Facebook and record it at the same time. Wow.
One thing, one thing I wanted to add on to. So those are the two things. First of all, know that this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't just do it because your friends does it. Nah, do it because you know this is you.
You wake up in the morning, you think about it.
Like it's burning in you.
You just hurry up and do it.
And the thing is, like, if you ask me, like, oh, but how do I do it? Like, I'm working at this job. Yeah. Like, do I leave the job and do it? Is it nah? The reason why you had the job because it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
God gave you a job. God gave you a life to start with. And use that to build the next part of your life. That's how we are, going from glory to glory. Yeah. And the other thing is, the third thing and the last is probably the most important thing, is find the right wife for you. Because the thing is, like, it's going to be hard if you love what you're doing, but you don't get the support of her.
That's so true.
So those are the three things.
I fairly enjoyed the conversation. I had an idea of how our podcast was going to go. I didn't know it was going to go this way. With
I hope it's going the right way.
It's going the right way. It's like I've learned some stuff, and you've spoken on some biblical stuff that. First, I didn't know, which I'm ashamed of, and then second is it's good, enlightening for me to talk to you. Before I just remembered you just mentioning that I know you produce a lot of podcasts. When we started to do this podcast, a lot of people said it might not work coming from Tonga, but like you said, just do it because you feel like doing it. Podcast.
Yes.
Is it going to last the test of time, or is it just a phase?
To be honest, podcast is the next big thing right now.
Nice.
Because the thing is, like, if you think about it, like podcast was like nothing back in the days. Yeah. So radio was the thing.
Yeah, radio is a.
Yeah, but because like if you think about it, radio. If you're online radio, that probably you can record it.
Yeah.
But now that podcast is like you can record it and leave it. So because all the time they want to listen to what the program was
like. This one we're gonna share it on Spotify. They can listen to it another time.
Yeah, and the thing is right now, like Australia, where we are, because I don't run, but like I'm behind the scene of a lot of podcasts in Australia. So the thing is like. I think 3 or 4 years ago, no one wanted to do podcasts. But now, a lot of people wanted to start podcasts because they know the benefit of it. Like, you can actually make good money out of podcasts. And a lot of businesses overseas, they rather put money to you as a podcast. Because the difference is of music and podcasts. Music is like a personal thing. And it's like if you think about it, there's a label or music industry kind of a thing. Podcast is more like a business in a way, like, for example, because podcast you can talk about mental health. So in Australia, there's a lot of funds and money that the government can pour into your podcast because you're talking about something that makes Australia better. Same as like everywhere. So if you talk about like let's say if you talk about rugby, if you talk about things like that. So people will want to sponsor them because if you start getting your podcast into a point that, you're bringing in like, because, we see people that are out there, like, for example, we see people that are playing professional rugby, but we don't know what they are like.
Yeah,
so
their podcasts are pretty cool to listen to because, they start talking about themselves.
Yeah. Because people can relate to that person, how, like what we're talking about today, like a lot of people knows me for music, but they don't know who I am. But this is who I am. Like my foundation is always about God, I'm lahi way but that doesn't stop me from seeking God.
So true.
And I know for a fact that that's the only reason why I am who I am, because I know that the Bible was the first thing I learned how to do what I'm doing. Yes, I have that talent and everything like that, but to make it clear, my vision, my purpose, why I'm doing what I'm doing is from the Bible.
I love it. And I'm liking your answer because we started it and we love it and we're not going to stop doing the podcast.
Keep it going.
That's why I wanted to ask you, is it a phase or is it going to stick?
It's going to be there forever.
Before we thank you for joining me on this podcast episode, you'll be catching this on Spotify and YouTube and little clips of it will be posted on Instagram. And remember, if you have time, go into our live after we go live and watch the whole interview or the whole podcast interview. Please introduce our next song to end our podcast. LALINOA ahoni.
Yo, thank you. Before we introduce the next song, I just want to thank our 88.6 FM from giving me the opportunity to be here, and also make sure you go, follow everything that they do, because I watch these guys from afar and I do love what they're doing and support what they're doing as well. And the thing I love the most is like, because the boys that I always come to Tonga and hang out with is part of their team as well. Shout out to Josh and Nonga. The next song that we're gonna play it's called Lo Muka Muka. So this song is P Wish himself and also Folau on it. I produces myself, and shout out to my toko Joe Malaf that was here back then. He's the one with the drums, and then shout out to all the boys that is back home as well. Make sure you go follow these guys.
And thank you very much and off out to everybody.
Before I drop the song,